These are the questions people think about speaking, think about visibility and confidence that they never ask out loud. Not because they're silly or stupid, but because maybe they're afraid of the answer. And this series that I'm doing right now is simple. The rules are no stupid questions and no polished responses, just real answers. These are the questions you're sending me and I'm answering. So let's start. Number 1. Do I really need a speaking coach or speaking trainer? No. Yes.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
No polished responses, right? If you want better results than trial and error, then yeah, you do. You can figure it out on your own, alone, sure. It just takes longer and it probably costs more, especially confidence. Question number 2. Isn't speaking training only for executives? No. Executives are just more likely to admit that they want support faster and have the funds for it. But really, anyone who wants to be heard, anyone who wants to inspire action, anyone who wants to persuade will benefit. Question 3. But what if I'm already good enough? Ooh, that's a good one. In fact, most of my clients are good enough. I will tell you, yes, they're good enough. But they're also the people where good enough isn't good enough. Isn't good enough because they're leaders, they're thought leaders, leaders of people, ideas, teams, concepts, and they want to progress in their career. They want to grow. They want to be more persuasive. They want to have more impact. And that's where I come in because good enough is good enough until you want more. And most people had training back in university or in high school. We had speech training or speech class, and it was good. It was really good. But the years have gone by, and how much have we thought about it since then? I mean, sure, we all know what we like, and when we see someone who speaks well, and we certainly all know when we see something we don't like. But what if you had someone sitting next to you, a buddy, checking in and paying attention to exactly those things and rooting you on in your next speech, in your next presentation, in your next pitch? Imagine the impact if it was just 10% better. Now imagine that impact if we had started working together a year ago. That's what I want for you. Is this just like confidence training with a new name? Not really. I mean, we do talk about confidence. I'm happy to support you in that. And confidence is a foundation that we build everything else upon. But confidence, no matter how high it is, no matter how great it is, without skill, it just collapses under pressure, right? So we train, when working together, we train your voice, structure, presence, body language, all of these things, all the different pieces and how they fit together. I even look at slides and we'll give feedback on your slides. We put all those pieces together, all those puzzle pieces together so that they can lay on that foundation of confidence, right? So it all holds together. Question 5. How much does this cost? Ooh, okay, it varies widely depending on who you are, who you're working with, how much time, how big the project is. Is it a one-off deal or is it for a big stakes event? It really ranges widely from a few hundred to a few thousand euros. But, and here's the deep secret, price reflects access, depth, and most importantly, results. Which leads great. I just peeked ahead to question number 6. Why is it so expensive? A training, especially one-on-one and personal training, can be expensive because it's personal, live, and it's corrective. It's supportive. You're paying for speed, not information. Information is available. You can chat GPT your way or AI your way to the best presentation, the best pitch, the best speech. But if you're not able to deliver it, that would hurt, wouldn't it? All right, question number 7. How do I know it's worth the money? Let me put it simple. If your voice impacts your income or leadership or power or authority, then it's already worth it. The question is only how long do you want to wait before you start getting the results you deserve? Question number 8. What if it doesn't work for me? This question I get a lot. And what I find is that most people, even during the first 30-minute intake session we have, which is no commitment, no cost, this is where we get to know each other to see if we're a good fit, because that's important for me and my values. Like, I don't want to take you for a ride for your money. And that's where we find if it's a good fit. And usually during that session is when something important shows up fast, where your specific area where you're going to get the biggest results with the tiniest little tweak or a bit of impact, that becomes the work, right? That'll becomes the focus for our work together. And usually some people even, that's enough, right? They're just like, oh my God, that's, yeah, and they know exactly where to go from there. Other people, like, that starts our whole process together, which can be anywhere from a week, a month, 6 months to a year-long project. So that session, I asked some very specific questions to find out exactly where you are, where you want to be, and how we're going to get you there. Question number 9. How long does it take to see results? Oh, I think I just answered that in the last question. So as I mentioned before, it's often in the first session or even in the intake session. Mastery, if you want to really master something or do a bigger long-term project, that takes longer, but we can get relief if there's a particular pain or a source of discomfort that we can address first, foremost, get that out of the way so that you can increase your trajectory and get you started on the right way. Number 10, can I just watch YouTube videos? Yes, you can. Please do. Most people do, right? But that's where most people stay stuck. And I don't want you to be most people, right? You can do so much better. If you had a buddy, if you had someone 100% listening to you, focused on you, your exact topic, your exact habits, your exact personality type, and making sure those all align with your core values, your goals, where you want to be, where you want to go, all of that together. That's where having a buddy really helps a lot. Question number 11. Is this therapy? Boo! No. I'm not a trained therapist. I'm not about to analyze your childhood, your mama papa issues, nothing like that. However, I do focus very specifically and change what happens when you use your voice, when you start speaking, when you share your message, when you connect with others. That's where the focus is, in the present, here and now. Number 12. But what if English isn't my first language? Yay! That's great. That's often an advantage. Yes, I just said it. That's often an advantage because I'm not judging you on your grammar or pronunciation or spelling, heavens to Betsy. We're focused when we work together, when I work with my clients, we are focused on clarity. We're looking at clarity, we're looking at your message, your meaning, your goals, what outcomes, persuasion, all of those things. Presence, leadership presence. And it's not about erasing your identity or denying who you are or putting an AI voice on top of you. It's about enabling you to be present and connect with people in real time, either via video or face to face. Question number 13. I hate the sound of my voice. Is that normal? Yes, absolutely normal, completely normal. I cannot tell you how much I struggled with the sound of my voice, right? Because we hear our own voice differently, how it resonates in our head, and there's science and all of this. But I can work with you on that. There are techniques tools we can use that enable you to own your voice, to feel proud and comfortable with your voice, because it's your voice, your instrument, your tool to speak up and connect with others. Question 14. Do introverts need this? Okay, I don't want to make a bold claim here, introvert, extrovert, because I find most people are somewhere on the spectrum. It's rare to find a complete 100% extrovert or introverted. These tools can be useful for getting across an idea quickly by talking about introverts or extroverts, but it's useful for everyone. I find my clients range everywhere on the scale, and everyone benefits. Everyone benefits from focusing on their speech, their talking, and presence, especially leadership presence. Now, I will admit, though, that introverts, especially self-proclaimed, self-defined introverts, tend to benefit the fastest. They see the most benefits the quickest, which is exciting, right? Which is exciting. They tend to stop playing in their head, stop performing, stop feeling that extra added pressure, and start leaning into their strengths, because we talk about that. Where are your strengths? Where should we build your confidence and set your confidence upon? Where are your strengths so that you can start landing messages, start landing your ideas, your concepts, your presence when it matters? All right, so that's 14 questions. That's all I want to do for this session. And if one of these questions hit a nerve or felt like a spark, that's good. That's usually where the work starts. So go ahead and DM me, ask, or tell me a question that you've been avoiding. Which one spoke to you? What did it trigger in your mind? And I will tell you what to do next.